Umkhonto weSizwe has expelled 5 members of the party. It says this follows attempts by external forces to destabilize the party. Now, to unpack this further, we are joined by party spokesperson Nhlamlo. Nhlamlo, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this evening. Now, less than an hour ago, the MK party released a media statement talking about the expulsion of these 5 members. Can you confirm the legitimacy of this media statement?
Yes, good evening. I can confirm that indeed the statement did come from National, off the back of the National Leadership Call, that the 5 members that are mentioned in the letter that I've released, or rather a statement that I've released, is true.
Now, the 5 members that have been released from the MK party include Jabulani Khumalo, Ray Khumalo, Bheki Manzini, the Treasurer General Lebo Moepeng, as well as Rochelle Davidson. Can you just get us into confidence with regards to why this expulsion has taken place?
Well, let me just clarify that Lebo Moepeng was moved from his position as Treasurer General.
Okay.
We have Danisa Zulu as our Treasurer General, and Rochelle, as you'd have picked up maybe in many other interviews that I've had, where I refer to her as a very rogue individual who was removed as elections manager, and she continued to engage in, programs that were not endorsed by National, therefore creating parallel structures. So yes, effectively, what you have seen in a form of our statement is the truth.
Now, you make reference to external forces to destabilize the party. Can you unpack that a little further for us, please?
Well, look, in any revolution, you'll always come across, infiltration, and I've mentioned this a number of times. And, there are certain rogue elements, more so what we've picked up from our intelligence reports, funded by the opposition party, the governing party, where they're trying to usurp and create a base for themselves and usurp power come election conference. And we will not allow that. We are fully aware what their activities are. And we are resolute in ensuring that, we don't replicate the activities of the ANC of Ramaphosa, where people are bought. We will not be bought, as we've always said. We are resolute in ensuring that we get a two-third majority that is not going to be infiltrated, and that will ensure that it represents the people come 29th of May.
So in essence, Nhlamlo, you're saying that the 5 that have been expelled, including Jabulani Khumalo, who is the person that registered the party on behalf of former President Jacob Zuma, were bought by parties from the ANC and other opposition parties in order to destabilize. That's what you're saying to us tonight?
No, what we're saying is that we're going to make and have a media briefing where we'll then share the details with the public accordingly, as per the details that led and our intelligence reports that then led to the confirmation as to why these individuals ought to be expelled from the party. Remember, we're a party that is for South Africans and we are open to engagement, but when we realize that there's certain rogue elements that we cannot understand that stem or lead to activities that are questionable, we will automatically engage you, and if we're not comfortable, we will take the necessary action, which is what we have just done.
So we're a month away from elections. What impact or what perception do you believe such occurrences will have on those that had the confidence in voting for the MK party?
No, but I mean, it should not be looked at it negatively. This is important in the fact that, an MK party, as an institution, an organization that leads the people, ought to be exactly that, and organically so. So when we feel or when we identify that the people are not happy and, by virtue of your actions, we need to raise certain issues, and they're not addressed, we will then obviously have to take action. You've seen we've taken action when it came to the youth structures, where we felt and our members felt that, these actions or purported pronouncements were not representative of us, but we actually took those decisions. So we are a party that is for South Africans. We want to ensure that we advance the agenda of South Africans. And when South Africans, members and otherwise, feel that there is changes that ought to be made, then we'll do so. Remember also that we're an interim structure. We're not a permanent structure as yet. We've not gone into electoral conference. But when certain issues are raised that create rogue elements that are concerning in terms of advancing the agenda of the people, then we have to take action. And that should speak credence and, demonstrate to South Africans that we will not allow, like we've always said, we're a party that will hold our government and those that are deployed in government accountable. They should know and they should see, and these should be remnants of exactly what we talk about, that we are true to the cause in terms of saying that we will hold people accountable. If you are not going to represent the party in the way that we feel you ought to be representing it, then, certain decisions ought to be taken. And we're all volunteers. The National Leadership Corps met off the back of numerous engagements, off the back of certain rogue elements, and took the decision to say that in the interest of South Africans and advancing the revolution, we ought to be making these decisions, and that's what we've done.
All right, Mr. Nhlamlo, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure South Africans, as well as the media, will look forward to that media briefing that you say will take place tomorrow to further unpack this issue of those 5 that have been expelled from the MK party. That was the spokesperson, Nhlamlo, giving us there some reasons as to why some party members are being expelled from Umkhonto we Sizwe.